What's up everyone? My name's Emily. Welcome back to Emily Reads Books, and today I wanted to do a kind of mini book haul. I guess it's a book haul, but I don't know. And I wanted to talk about reads that I am excited for coming up in 2021. So yeah, let's do it. Before we get started, if you would like and subscribe to my channel, I post a new video every week. So if you have watched any of my vlogs, you probably know that I work at a bookstore now, and for Christmas they gave us $50 to spend in the store. I spent some of it on Christmas gifts for friends, but because I also get half off the books, I was able to use some of that money to buy books for myself. So let's start with the books that I recently bought. So I was traipsing through the fantasy section and I came across this book, which is called The Queen of the Tearling, and I'm so excited to read it. I have no idea if it's good. I haven't really heard or read anything about it, but it is written by a woman and it is about a woman. And when I tell you that almost no fantasy features women or have female authors for like adult fantasy, not like young adult fantasy, it's a big deal for me. It's a big deal. I had such high hopes for this. Also, it just caught my eye because like the foil and the gold and the red. I am so excited for this book. Next, A Quiet Kind of Thunder. This is another book that I had never heard of before. I was just walking through the young adult teen section like I do, and this book came up, and it is about a girl who is a selective mute. So she doesn't speak, I guess, is my understanding, due to crippling anxiety, which is relatable, but basically, she knows some ASL due to this, and when a deaf student comes to the school, she is chosen to kind of be their, not interpreter really, because she doesn't know enough to be an interpreter, but I guess like the first friend for this person, because it is someone that they might be able to communicate with minimally at all. So she's kind of sent to help him acclimate to this high school, and I think they kind of fall in love. I don't really know. They fall in love kind of, and I was reading the back of this book and I teared up in the store, and I knew that this was one that I had to read, so I bought it. Also, the side really caught my eye because it's I like the gradient. I thought that was really pretty, and yeah, so another one I'm so excited for. Next is Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. This is a book I've been wanting to read for a while. It's been on my list forever, but I could never get my hands on a copy of it, and every time I had gotten my hands on a copy of it, it somehow disappeared or wasn't mine to hang on to. Just a book I've always wanted to read. I found it. It was like $2 and I was like, done, give it to me. So I bought it. So I don't even know if it's legal for me to own this book, but whatever. It is it is a advanced reader's edition of book The Lantern. Now, you're not allowed to sell it. I didn't buy this book. This was a book that was sitting in the back and they're like, we can't sell it, so someone take it. And so I took it. It's supposed to be gothic. I know absolutely nothing about it, never heard of it. I always read books that I don't know anything about, so I'm excited to see what this book entails. I honestly haven't even read the inside cover. It just looks cool, and it kind of said on the back that it was like a modern gothic novel, and that just sounded right up my alley, so here it is. It's mine now. These last two were also found while I was traipsing through the teen section. So this one is called Scavenge the Stars. And once again, I think I read the inside and I was like, oh, this sounds interesting. And so I just took it. It is a gender bent retelling of The Count of Monte Cristo, and with the roles gender bent. So can only be good, right? This cost me like $4. Well, it cost me nothing because I used the $50 the company gave me. So it's hardcover. It's in amazing condition. Yeah, it caught my eye because I was like, ooh, a female protagonist, a strong female, give it to me. So, and then this last one is Everything, Everything. Now, this is a book I've heard of before. This is one that I believe was popular not that long ago. It might still be popular, I'm not really sure. It's kind of like, it's like The Boy in the Bubble. From my understanding is that she has some sort of sickness. She can't go outside. She can't be exposed to germs because of it. And she, I believe, probably falls in love because that's what teen novels do. but I am pretty sure this is going to be heartbreaking, and once again, I'm so excited to read it. So these are the books that so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them that I got for myself. I also bought everyone books for Christmas, so all of my friends are getting books. Sorry if that's a spoiler alert for everybody, but here you are. Ooh, gosh. Okay, that is that. So that's my little mini book haul. I'm not one who normally buys books for myself because I literally can't stop myself, but because I normally go to the library, also because I'm planning on moving in the next year and I really don't have the room to bring all my books with me, so if I get too emotionally attached to all these books, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. So moving on to books I'm excited to read in 2021. Now, here's the deal. Aside from these books that I just talked about, there are only really a few books that I'm like excited to read, that I've like heard about, that I really want to read. So I really want to read the rest of the Stormlight Archive series. So that's Words of Radiance, Oathbringer. There's another one in there, Warbreaker. Is it that one? That's like 3.5 or something. And then Rhythm of War are the rest of the books in this series. I really, really, really want to finish out this series. I haven't been able to get my hands on any of the books, so I'm just hoping to get them soon. And beyond that, I'm excited to read the 3rd book in the A Curse So Dark and Lonely series, which I believe is called A Vow So Bold and Deadly. So I own the first one, I borrowed the second one from the library, and now I'm excited to read the 3rd one. I know this book isn't for everyone because no book is for everyone, but this is a series that I've really enjoyed and I really want to finish it out. I don't know if this is the last one. I'm starting to assume it's probably not, but that is that. I also am excited to read A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. Now, I do have issues with Sarah J. Maas. I'm not going to get into them. It's not important. But of all of her series, this is the one that I guess I'm the most invested in, and I want to read it because I want to stick with it, I suppose, and hope that it gets better, or like continues to get better. A few things have been brought to my attention with Sarah J. Maas, and I have like qualms with her now, and so I'm on the waiting list for that book at my library, so when it comes out I'll be able to get access to it, but yeah, that's that. Beyond that, I guess the Buy Book Club TBR. I don't want to release what that is because gotta keep the surprise going. Also, if you are not already following the Buy Book Club on Instagram, follow us on Instagram, and we are doing a live stream at the end of the month / beginning of January, and so join us for our live stream. It's gonna be super fun. Gotta say, beyond that, I really don't have any other, I don't really have a lot of new books coming out in 2021 that I know about that I'm like super jazzed about, because I have so many books I'm trying to catch up on, and every time a new book comes out I get so excited because I'm like, oh, I gotta read it, and then I can never read it because there's so many books. So I am so sorry. I honestly, even if I did, I probably have a bunch of new releases coming out somewhere on like my TBR on like Goodreads or something that I just like can't even think of right now because there's so many books like up in my brain mind thing. Yeah, I honestly my goal for 2021 is to just keep doing what I'm doing, to keep reading for enjoyment, and to not pressure myself to overexert myself or attain some like unachievable goal that I've set on myself. And for what? So I'm still always trying to expand my knowledge on what I'm reading, how I'm reading, and the types of authors I'm supporting, and the genres that I want to read. And I don't always do the greatest job of like assessing the books that I read. You know, I'll give them like, oh, I really enjoyed it, or maybe I didn't enjoy it, but I'm not always the best at being like, this was problematic and here's why, or addressing things that I think could be better in books. I'm not very good at it. I'm very bad at criticizing things that I like. And one of my goals is to become better at analyzing the texts that I'm reading, and, you know, especially with new releases, supporting authors that are writing things that I am passionate about or that I support. I don't know if that makes sense. This is kind of going back to my video of like problematic things that I find in books a lot, which is like, you know, glorifying abusive boyfriends or, you know, tokenism in books. And I think that that's one of my goals for 2021 more than anything, is to find more variety in what I'm reading and in the characters that are being portrayed, along with reading books that I enjoy. You know, like, I don't have to always go out of my way to find something new and exciting and everything, but I think it's important to expand what I'm reading on and not worry about keeping up with like the trends of like what everyone else is reading, and just reading things that I like, I think, is what's important. So yeah, I'm excited for hopefully reading the Stormlight Archive series and for the rest of the books on my TBR that maybe one day I'll get through. And yeah, oh, I also am reading, I have another Beauty and the Beast retelling called Hunted that I just picked up from the library that I am so excited to read, and I don't know if I'm going to get to it before Christmas, which is kind of sad, but that's what working 50 some hours a week does to you. So yeah, that is, I think, all I have for today. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me over on Instagram at emil.yreadsbooks. That's where I post most of what I'm currently reading, reviews, cute pictures, I suppose, stuff like that. Feel free to follow me over there. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.